Hi y'all, my name is Dan. I'm a professor of history. My students call me Dr. Dan. I've been teaching classes in higher education for about 15 years now at a variety of institutions. I am a historian of modern Latin America. My research focuses on race and ethnicity in modern Latin America, inter-American relations, and social movements and revolutions in Latin America. I'm beginning to make some videos about my most recent research and also about how the history that I've been teaching for over a decade informs our present moment in unprecedented ways. What I've come to notice over the last few years in terms of the social and political developments in the United States is just how much we can learn from the history of Latin America, especially in regards to the histories of race and racism in Latin America, how that history can inform our current situation in the US. I aim to create quite a few videos reflecting on current events and connecting those events to a more distant history that might not be as distant as we've thought. So I'm also making some videos to share some of my most recent research, including my book, Afro-Peruvian Mestizos, The Invisibility of Blackness in Post-Abolition Peru. This book seeks to explain how Peru, the country on the west coast of South America, had a majority African descended population in the early colonial period, and yet by 1940, that population all but disappeared. The book analyzes a variety of primary and secondary source archival and secondary sources to understand how elites in Peru essentially wrote out the history of the African diaspora in their country, culminating in the 1940 census. Subsequently, there's been a robust activist movement in Peru to demand visibility and recognition of their contributions to the nation's history. So my book is an attempt to uncover the process by which this African descendant population was rendered invisible and the consequences of that. We're seeing something somewhat similar play out in the United States today, albeit in a more overt way. And the repercussions of that we need to keep in mind. So I'll explain more in forthcoming videos about the book itself, about some of my findings, and about how this is relevant to our present moment. Look forward to seeing you all again soon. Thanks.